Okay, so if not for anything else, this is like a one and done. We are going to learn a lot about the finest lapis in the world, is what you're looking at right here. We originally offered this here at HSN, unheard of, at $149.95. This is one of our Black Friday deals that we are offering today at $119.98. Lapis 18-inch necklace with your sterling silver 2 3/4 inch extender. Jay, I'm just gonna have, first off, this color is what is the most sought after color in the industry, correct?
Well,
most expensive.
Right.
Most difficult, pretty much impossible to obtain.
Yes, I mean, that's all. Here's the deal with the lapis on this.
Yeah, I'll
okay.
let you, because
Okay,
I have stocked so much on lapis, and I'm gonna tell you, as a shopper from J. King, and have been for, over 28 years now, these are the things you really wanna listen to. Trust me, how many stones have become extinct in our time just together?
Well, if you want to come to my man cave, my studio, I'll show you all the ones that I've worked with in my lifetime that are no longer available. Here's what's gone on in the lapis world. All of the lapis that you find in most jewelry, especially any higher end jewelry, all comes from the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan. And it comes from these very, very small deposits. And there's no infrastructure back in these areas whatsoever. If you have running water, that means you have a stream in your backyard. Like if they have electricity, it's done with a small generator, or they have either, in most cases, they're small generators and they bring the gas in. All of this material is brought down either via horseback, mules, or on the backs in backpacks. There's no roads. There's absolutely no infrastructure. It's all still trails. The people that go in there and trade, I have pictures. It's like going back in a time machine. It's crazy. So what's happened over the last 7 years, actually going on 8 years now, with this material, is how we acquired it. Is we had traders for us in Afghanistan that would go and trade with these tribal, the different tribes, Afghani tribes, and be able to obtain the rough material. They would bring it to a staging area, then they take it to Pakistan, and that's where you would get to pick. I could take you as far as lapis. Is there a lapis on the market? Absolutely. I could take you to yards where there's literally 50 to 100,000 tons of lapis. But here's the thing: there won't be a single kilo of this quality material. It's all material that they use, like in making tiles or maybe making tables or something, and that comes from the big mines. The material that you find in the jewelry all comes from these very, very small mines. They're all like the local villages that have like this little small deposit, and they mine. And that's where this material comes from. The lapis of this grade and this quality is just non-existent. I kind of have my idea of why this has happened, but for the people that I deal with, and my connections go back over 30 years. My connections actually almost 40 years. A lot of my connections go back to college and guys from the Peace Corps. So, a lot of these people that I knew and how I got turned on to lapis is a long story. But what's happened, though, now that there is no lapis whatsoever on the market, all of our sources on it have virtually dried up, mainly because the people that I dealt with were the ones that went up and they traded, right? That generation is more or less gone now. And there's nobody filling in the gap. There's nobody that's actually doing that anymore. And so you're seeing this as a phenomena right now. There is no lapis of this grade that's coming out of the ground. There is nothing. So the material that you're looking at here right now, this is material that we, over the course of the last 25 years, as we would get our lapis material in, that we put a certain percentage back. Of the higher grades, we kept back, and we just kept stockpiling it and stockpiling it. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be able to have this. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is this, and you're really going to see it next year. Just so you know, we're almost done with April. We're finishing up on May. I'm trying to finish on May
2024.
Of 2024.
So how many lapis necklaces are we gonna see?
This is where I'm telling you right now. Okay, what I'm telling you now, will we have lapis in the line? Yes and no. Okay, we're going to have a lot of, we'll still have enough material that we'll have a silver with cabochons. But as far as beads, if you want beads in lapis, I'm just telling you right now, now's the time to be able to get it if you want to get it from me. Now, that being said, you can buy from anybody you want, but we've already started to see it last year in Tucson too. Like Lynn was there, and I told Lynn, I said, okay, when you're out and about, okay, it's not what you see, it's what you don't see.
And that was so true.
And
we
did you see any
blown away.
lapis?
Oh.
Nobody has any lapis.
It was
Nobody
wild.
was even the big designers and stuff, nobody, the people that have the big jewelry companies, no lapis. And very, very little turquoise.
I couldn't believe it because there's footage going back years ago, right, from you at the Tucson show.
Well, we used to, yeah, actually buy a lot of our lapis.
That was from, right? That was Afghanistan, I think.
Yeah,
the video that we had.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
no, that wasn't Tucson. That was Pakistan.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So yeah, I was blown away. Jay's like, Lynn, you're not going to believe it. It's true. And we went to a lot, almost every one of the most popular areas, and nothing of this quality.
You know, like
nothing.
even this year in Tucson, I've never really, Tucson hasn't been my main source. I go right to the people that actually, I can't go into the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan and survive anyway, and deal with the locals. So I have people that go up, like I said, I did have people that went up there and they traded. What's happening though is everybody's just retiring. I mean, they're getting older, and we're in Afghanistan. It's unfortunate, but there's actually 2 generations missing, kind of, they've been depleted. There's not as many people in those generations. And a lot of the younger people, you know, in Afghanistan, like a lot of the countries I go to, normally your father did what his father did, so your grandfather, and so.
Right.
And what's happening now, that's just not the case. So there is nobody to really pick up the torch and go back into the Hindu Kush region of Afghanistan and keep buying the rough. But it's not just me. You're not seeing it. There's really nobody doing it right now, and there is no material. The material in this quality, and it's all about quality, the material in this quality is is non-existent. You cannot find the rough. And if you do find the rough, the price is like through the roof, because it is getting so scarce and so rare. You know, it's all about supply and demand. When there's a huge demand and very, very little supply, then you don't, you know, the prices go up.
And I'm going to say this. When you first told us this 7 years ago, and I'm telling you, it went off like this. When I say respected in the industry, truly, like the man to go to. And I thought, wow, you know, lapis has been a signature stone, especially this Afghanistan lapis, since day one for over 28 years, like turquoise lapis, so forth, colors of opal, coral. To hear Jay say that, yes, you're gonna see lapis on some of the pieces that he does have, but in larger cabochons, maybe in pendants, maybe in rings now again, but not in a beaded necklace. You gotta think, I mean, Jay, we just take it for granted. I'm showing the rough here, right? So to go from here to a bead,
right,
is not an easy thing to do and keep the consistency of this high grade and color.
Okay, so so this is, I always bring the natural, so this is what it looks like. That's just, this is what the rarity is, right? The really high blues. That's what you're not seeing out there in the market anymore. It is virtually non-existent. Okay, so beaded necklaces. Why aren't you gonna see beaded necklaces from me? Well, here's the deal, guys. To cut that necklace that Lynn is holding in her lovely little hand right now, I had to start with little over 3 pounds of this rough material in this,
to make one necklace.
in this size, or like in the different sizes. You start with, to cut a necklace in those bead sizes right there that you did, you would have to start with about 3 to 3.5 pounds of the natural lapis.
Wow.
And not only the natural lapis, but it also has to be large enough to be able to cut those big beads and cut the different beads sizes.
And they're large.
So does the necklace weigh 3.5 pounds? No. But you have to understand, you lose 70%. I want you to think about this. You lose 70% of the rough material just on your initial cut. Your very first cut that you do, you lose 70% of your material just to cut your bead blanks out. So I don't have the rough material to be able to do beads anymore. I mean, we're just kind of like, we've taken all of our lapis stashes, which we had 3 different warehouses where we had lapis. We've condensed that to one warehouse, and now we're in the process, and have been in the process for a year now, of just staging what we're gonna be able to make and what we're not gonna be able to do. What I'm telling you in 2024, you're gonna be shocked at the fact that you're not gonna see a lot of lapis. And I'm not real happy about it because, to be honest with you, lapis is one of the kind of our mainstays.
It always has been. That's why when 7 years ago, I'm not kidding. That's why I was like, all right, that is what I'm going to start doing. I mean, I did. I have quite a few now of beaded necklaces, and because like I said, I've been there. I can't tell you how many stones through the years that I've even personally fell in love with, and Jay would be like, this is it. This is all I have. They're not mining it anymore. And sure enough, like you and me, and I'd be like, Jay, let's take rainbow calcilicate. Can you get any rainbow? He's like, I can't. Believe me. I mean, that's just one example. There's so many. But in terms of beaded necklaces, it's been 7 years, and Jay's saying, I'm going through. I'm going to get to a point that I'm just not going to be able to do any more beaded necklaces. And looking at 2024,
well, you know what's really shocking right now for us, and it's not just lapis, it's a lot of the different materials, the corals, even the turquoises. We are just, it's almost like somebody turned off the giant faucet. So there are so many materials that you're just not, you know, the only reason that we're able to, thank goodness, still be able to do designs and still be able to offer a lot of things we offer is because, you know, we have such a large inventory that we've collected over the years and that we've stockpiled and we've put back. So that's the only reason that a lot of the materials that you see on the MindFind show that we're even capable of doing that. But lapis is one of those things, it's very special to me. I have a long history with it. But to be honest with you, well, and here again, we're gonna be able to offer lapis, but you're not gonna be able to offer any kind of beads. I just don't have the material to cut the rough. I just don't have it to be able to do it.
And that's an 8x10, the largest one in here. And then you have some of those little, you know, curved rectangular shapes. So really a specialty piece. Jay, here's the thing. We have 1 minute and fewer than 500 of these, that's it. And when they're gone, they could all end up selling out in our show this evening, especially with the 5 flex payments, especially with the Black Friday deal. And what is flex pay? That basically, we accept every major credit card, debit card, Apple Pay. The beauty is you can break up your payments over the next 5 months. So instead of having to pay $114.98 right away, whenever your next billing statement will be $23 plus your shipping and tax, right? And then you get this necklace in a few days, and now you're thinking, okay, I'm getting a couple of these at this value. I'm listening, I know, I trust in Jay, I have been. I'm also getting more than one, and I'm gonna gift one. You have until the end of January 2024 for any return. So that's what we love about getting the holiday shopping season started early here at HSN. I want to say congratulations. Thank you for your patience. I know we're very busy, but yes, the question is, are we going to do an entire beaded necklace and lapis in our show tonight? This is it. And on top of that, at a special Black Friday deal price, which we love, which means it's going to be the best price. Well, actually, if any of these remain, that price would normally be $149, which is still unheard of, especially, yeah, it truly is amazing knowing the collectability. Okay, the earrings. We have matching earrings that go back perfectly with this necklace or any of your lapis pieces. Not many of these to go around, just a few hundred, I'm being told right now, but